Hey everybody, in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly how I made this sample app portfolio website using Google Site. Let's get started. First, let's look at it. If you look at it, you can see that I've got the title, I've got an About Me section, and underneath that, I've got a section where I'm going to show all the different apps that I've built. Then if you go to the top right-hand corner, I have it saying My Projects instead of Home, and then you can go over here to Scavenger Hunt, and you can see what the app page looks like for the scavenger hunt. I'm going to show you how to build this step by step. So let's get started. I'm going to go to Google Sites and make a new project. And once it loads up, I've got the title, right? So this is where you're going to put your title. Go ahead and change it to anything that you'd like. And you can also change your site name here in the corner. The next place I want is the About Me section. So if I go to the Insert section over here, I can click this button right here, and this will give me everything I need for this About Me section. I could write About Me, and then I can go ahead and answer some of these questions that are on the other page, which is, where are you from? What is a fun fact about you? What are you passionate about? And anything else that you'd like. So once I've got that section done, I can also add an image here. It could be an image of myself or an image of my dog, whatever I'd like. Just make sure you use the upload button and not the select image, because that'll only select an image from your drive. All right, so that's pretty much how that works. Now in the next section, I've got these 4 images and a little word here, a little heading here, as we call them. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add the images. So you can see here in the layouts that are already pre-built in, we've got 4 images in a row. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And there we go. We've got the 4 images in a row. Now the next thing I need to do is add some title to this, some text. So I'm going to go ahead and double click here, and I can add text right away. So I'm going to hit text, and it's going to show up here at the bottom. As you can see, there's a little area over here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and I can move it anywhere I'd like. So I can go ahead and move it there, and I can call this Apps I've Built. Great. Now, how did I change the color of my area over here? Well, if you click on this little palette, I can go ahead and choose the different color or the emphasis I'd like. So I'm going to choose emphasis 2, and I'm going to choose emphasis 2 over here. Now, I also need to make it bigger. So I'm going to change it from normal text to title to make it bigger. Now, I can also extend this by dragging it over. All right, and now after you build each app, you can go ahead and add a little image of your app. You can say what it is, and you can link that section. All right, so you can click here and you can actually add a link to your actual page, where you have more information. So now that we've finished the home screen, let's go ahead and add our first page, which we're going to do for the scavenger hunt app. So I'm going to go ahead and hit new page here. I'm going to call it scavenger hunt. And you can see that it shows up right here in the top right-hand corner. And really, I want it to show up underneath home, and I don't want it to say home. I want it to say My Projects. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and grab the scavenger hunt app first. I'm going to put it inside of home. So now it's inside of home right here, and it's just dragging and dropping it on top of it. And you could drag and drop it out of there if you don't like it in there as well. Now I want to change the name of home to say something like My Projects. So I'm going to go ahead and click this, and I'm going to hit Properties, and I can change it to My Projects. And now when people go here, they can see all my projects. The next thing I want to do is I want to start building what this app or what this project page looks like. So the first thing I have here is a little description and an image. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Insert and add that little description and image section. Remember, you can also arrange this image any way you like. You can make it longer, you can make it wider, you can make it higher, all right? And you can write your app name and your description here. All right, and then after that, I'm gonna add a place for screenshots. So to do that, I'm gonna go ahead and just double click down here and add some text. I'm gonna call it screenshots. And then again, I can make it larger like a heading style. And then I need to add a place for images. So if I double click here, you'll see that there's 2 sections for images. One is something called images, but those only give you images that are inside of your Google Drive. The other option is upload. So this allows you to upload any image from your computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and click upload, and I've got a screenshot here of pretty much nothing, but I can move this around, all right? And I can add more screenshots here if I'd like to, just by double clicking and adding more, uploading more. Now I want to change their color, so I'm just going to click on the emphasis or the section background, and I'm going to change their color to kind of give it a little bit more life. In the next section, I have a See My Project section where I can add a link to my project, all right? So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to build that now too. It's the same exact way. We're going to go ahead and add text. I'm going to write See My Project. And then after that, I've just got another just some more text right below. So I'm going to go ahead and double click here again, or you can just hit enter here. But in this case, I'm going to want to add a separate one because I want it to be a different font style. And I'm going to call this See My Project by clicking here. All right. So now I can go ahead and make this bigger. And I can make this a little bigger as well. And what I can do is I can highlight this and I can click this little insert link button, and it can add a link to my project page so that people can see my project. The next section that I've got here is my code section. All right, so to do that, all I did is I double clicked and I added some more text. I called it my code. I made it a title and I added it to the center of the screen. And then I changed this to, oh, I duplicated it there. I changed this background to emphasis. Perfect. So now I got it looking like my code, and then I got to add an image here. All right, so again, I'm just going to double click and I can upload an image. I'm just going to put the screenshot image in there for now, but you can put your code image. And then the last two sections that we've got here is components used and reflection. So for components used, again, I'm just going to double click, add some more text, call it components used, and make it bigger by making it a title. And then underneath that, I can go ahead and add more text, and I can use the bullet point, and I can just have a bunch of bullet points here. The last section here is I can write a little reflection. So I can, let me go ahead and change this emphasis to kind of give it that, you know, white and then blue and then white and then blue section, so that users it's kind of user friendly. People know exactly what they're seeing. And I'm just going to add more text here for the reflection. And I can again center this, and I can go ahead and make this large. And the last but not least, I can go ahead and add some text down here and give a little reflection. What did you learn? What was important about this? What was the easiest part? What was the hardest part? And now that you've finished this page, you don't have to rebuild this page every time. They've got this really cool tool to duplicate the page. So let's say you're doing the next app, which is the soundboard app. You can just duplicate this page. You can call it soundboard app. And you can just change the information, change the images, and you don't have to build this all over again. And you can see that it all shows up right up here nice and neat. I hope this helped you out, and I look forward to seeing you in the next unit where we're going to actually build this soundboard app. I'll see you there.